Well, we are here. So, hello, everybody, and we'll just give people a few more minutes to join us. We are both here on Zoom and on Facebook. So, if you see me looking sideways, it's because we're on both sides. So, we'll give people a few minutes to join us, Allison. And so, thank you for being here with us today to tell us about everything that your UAB University Recreation has to offer. So, while we wait, just remember that our webinar is both here on Zoom and being live streamed on Facebook. So we hope that you can join us. I'm checking both my sites to make sure that we are seeing it on where we need to see it. So let me make sure. All right, here we go. All right, so again, thank you for joining us. I see some friends joining us on Facebook, and I also see that we have some people joining us here on Zoom. So thank you all for joining us for the UAB University Recreation Family Webinar of 2025, and we're delighted to have Allison here with us. Remember that the webinar will be recorded and it'll stay live on Facebook for later viewing. And also it will be uploaded to our uab.edu families webpage under communications under webinars 2025. So if for any reason any other friends of yours or family members could not join the webinar today, you can view it later at your convenience and share it with whoever wants to see it to get more information. So Allison, without further ado, I pass it on to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carmen. Hi, everyone. My name is Allison Howard. I am our coordinator of engagement and belonging over here at UAB University Recreation. So hopefully I'm going to answer all of the questions you've had about rec today, and we will leave some time if y'all have any questions at the end. But also, I added my contact information here. So if you do have any questions afterwards, feel free to email me. I'm happy to answer. I also run our Instagram. So if you do have any questions that you maybe don't want to throw in an email, you just want to shoot us a DM, I will be the one answering those. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us on Instagram. But I also do like to say that Instagram is probably one of the best ways that you can learn about rec. So we are a huge facility. We have a lot going on in a lot of different program areas. So the best way to keep up to date with all of our stuff is on our Instagram and our Twitter and Facebook. We normally post on all of those, but I normally always push Instagram because that's the easiest one for everyone. And on here, we'll post if we have any closures for any different types of areas. So if our pool needs to close early for some maintenance, or if we do have any rentals on our court space, you know before you come, and that way you're not a little disappointed when you walk in the facility. But we also post like when we open registration for all of our programming, as well as updates when it comes to if we have any promos going on or any discounts. So it's just a great way to keep up to date. We post here more than anywhere else, and it is more up to date than our website. So definitely recommend giving us a follow. We also post some fun reels too, so if you just want to see us having fun and being goofy around the facility, that is also where we will do so. um, so I do have a lot to talk about today, but this is the overview. If you take nothing away from today, these are the 5 points that I want you to know. So, benefits of your membership with us at the Rec Center. So, membership for our students is included in their tuition. We are not the athletics payment that goes to athletics. We are embedded in your tuition. So, as long as you're taking 1 credit hour, you have a membership with us. So that access does start 2 weeks before the first day of classes, as long as you're registered for class. And that ends 2 weeks after the last day of classes. So you do have access over winter break, just so you keep that in mind. But if you are not taking summer classes, you do not get a membership with us over the summer semester. So if you are interested in that, we do have off semester memberships that you can purchase if you still are in town and you want to hang out with us and stay active that way. We are a 150,000 square foot of facility, which, if you didn't know, that's a lot. And I say that mainly because that means there is something for anybody and everything. There is literally every space of this rec center is personalized for at least one person out there. So make sure you come utilize us, even if you are a person that loves to go to the gym. We have so many other opportunities that I'll talk about for you to come in and get active, however that looks for you. So again, those opportunities to stay active and have some fun outside of the classroom. We get told a lot of times that we are one of the bigger places that people like to study, which is so fun. And I appreciate that because we we attract a different little crowd. But we do have access to have those free and discounted programming, and I'll go over all of that more in depth once we get there. So, um, now this video, we tried to fix the audio and it did not work, so I will happily voice it over and talk you through a little bit, but we're also going to go over each area specifically, so we will get into that as well. So, this is our walkthrough video that we created last year. Again, 150,000 square facility. We were celebrating our 20th anniversary this year, which is pretty cool. And we're super excited. So look out for that coming up in August. But these are just some of our areas that we like to touch on, which are pretty cool. And just a little bit of our facility while it's being in use. So you can kind of see what it would look like as a student here, or even if you're a family coming to visit a student. So, our two-story fitness center is 17,000 square feet. Um, I'll show you a little bit more about that and tell you a little bit more about the equipment and where the areas are. And we do have a lot of programming. So this is that section where we're bringing in all of our fun things to do and awesome things to get involved in when it comes to us. Um, the wall, super awesome. Again, I'll go a little bit more in depth about that, but it is pretty cool if you're a climber. I will say our facility is air conditioned and heated, so today is a very hot day in Alabama. So it's really awesome to come and swim and come walk and run without dealing with that weather. Plus, it's been raining so much as well. Now this is kind of like a little bit off of the normal stuff, but we do rentals. So, I bring that up mainly because sometimes spaces are not being utilized, by our students. They're utilized by people who've rented the space. So, just keep an eye out for that. But it's a cool view of our little bush. I love our little UAB bush. It's my favorite. So hopefully again, that kind of gives you an idea that like actually in video. So I do have the standstill photos that will go into a little bit more in depth about the areas. So you are not confused and wondering where you're supposed to be going the first time you come in. Hopefully this will kind of get you adjusted. So again, that two-story fitness center, 17,000 square feet approximately. This is what I like to call the cardio side of it. It's a big open floor plan. So we split it up half and half. So this half is our cardio section. So obviously all of our ellipticals, our stair climbers, treadmills are in here. We do have some cycles as well. And we do have a Peloton that I always like to highlight. It is currently being paid for by us. So you don't have to pay anything to utilize the Peloton. You just have to make an account. So once you get in here and if you are interested in utilizing it, just make an account. You can sign in with your phone. It's pretty cool. And then you can track your workouts from there and then kind of repost them. I love doing that. It's super fun to kind of be a little bit more active and see all of your stats in real time. We do have some mats on this side as well as some cables. So it's really good versatile space. And then on the other side, so the stairs are kind of that middle section of this area. This is our cardio, or not our cardio, apologies, our weight area. So we don't have an official weight room. It like normally is what it's called, but this is our weight area of our fitness room. These are all of, or a majority of our plate loaded equipment. So if you are new to the gym, plate loaded means you do have to load your own weights. We have plenty of selections here, and I'll show you our pin loaded in a little bit. But we do have in this back corner, we have a lot of dumbbells. This is going to be our heaviest sets of dumbbells in this area. We do have some more mats under the stairs area as well. And yeah, this is the big old weight room. If you are a heavy lifter though, don't worry, we do have the squat racks. This is right outside of that weight area. This is what we call our iron cave, which is pretty cool. It is for heavy lifters, so all of our squat racks are going to be in here as well as our deadlift platforms. And as you can see, the different plates are located in here if you're interested in those. And we do have a little turf section on this corner with two more squat racks in this area as well. So upstairs, this is the second story of our fitness center. So up those stairs that block off the cardio and the weight side. This is where our pin loaded equipment is going to be. So again, like I said, those plate loaded are ones that you're going to have to add the weight onto it. These ones you just select with the pin, so it's a little bit easier to do so. But they only go up to a certain weight is the only thing with that. But you have to remember, we do have some more plate loaded equipment in this area, so a few more benches and cables as well. And on the other side of our upstairs, we have another set of dumbbells that don't go as heavy as the ones downstairs, but they are up here as well, and a few more pieces of equipment. But I like to highlight this big jungle gym in the upstairs. This is what we call our synergy piece, and it's pretty cool. If you've never used one before, pretty much everything on it is adjustable and can be removed and can be added. So that way you can kind of create your own workout without ever leaving this little piece of equipment. There's everything from TRX bands, a punching bag, another cable. As you can see, there's some ropes, a place so you can do dips. But there's also a platform where you can do step ups on this as well, which is super cool. So, definitely recommend checking out and trying to incorporate this into your workouts whenever you come onto campus. If you've never used one before, there are QR codes located around it, so you can scan that and it'll kind of take you to a playlist of all the different ways you can use that piece of equipment, which is pretty cool, especially for our newer gym goers that might be a little bit more hesitant to use this big, big piece of equipment. It might be a little bit more helpful and less intimidating. So downstairs, same level that we came into the rec center on, where the cardio and the weight room is, down our main hallway. This is our forecourt gym. So obviously here for basketball, but we do have volleyball available for every single court, as well as badminton and pickleball for this first court right here. Something about our courts that I always like to touch on is once you get on campus, um, we do have an informal rec schedule. So we utilize this to help make sure that everyone feels the love when it comes to our courts because it's very easy to just basketball all day long, but we do want our badminton players, our pickleball players, our volleyball players to get some love as well. So we created a schedule. You're welcome to check it. It's about 2 weeks out in advance. That way you can check to see what court is going to have what sport on that day, as well as if we do have any rentals, you can plan ahead to know that that court won't be available. So same goes for our center court. This is what we call our multi-activity court because it is lined for everything. So on this court, we have lines for basketballs, volleyball, pickleball, badminton, as well as soccer, and you can roller skate on this floor. There used to be a fun rumor that when we would say roller skating, people automatically thought we said ice skating, and that we would ice cover this area. I always like to say we do not do that. Zambonis are expensive. Icing this area would be so expensive. So it is meant for roller skating. But floor hockey is also available and it's pretty cool to play on this court too. So we do have goals on either end for the hockey as well as soccer. But this type of flooring is available for, like I said, the roller skating type. A lot of our intramurals will take place on this court as well. So just keep an eye out for those if you're interested in playing. This is our game room, which is pretty cool. Like I said, a space for anyone and everyone. So we do have 3 table tennis tables, foosball, air hockey, and 2 billiards tables in here currently. All of the equipment for this and for badminton, basketball, anything you might need for those, we do have available for free. Just you do a checkout system. So bring your one card, and if it's available, we will check it out to you, and you just check it in before you leave. We do have 3 racquetball courts you can see here. And then this one is also racquetball, but currently it is converted into our squash court, which is pretty cool. If you've never played squash, might be something to look into. Lastly, here is our Studio 5. We kept hearing a need for a more functional fitness area that's a secluded workout space. So we converted our last racquetball court into this area, and it's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Um, as you can tell on our normal floor, there's not a whole lot of space to do some more like mobility type workouts. So this is a great area for that. We do have the sled in here, some tires, our sandbags, kettlebells, plates, and we do have some little weights as well in here, a little weight rack, and some boxes in here. So again, a full mobility workout is a great space in this area. But definitely check it out. A lot of people do forget it exists sometimes, so you can always snag it when it's a little busy at the actual weight room. Don't forget this space exists. So again, told you we talk about the wall. Never forget her. So this is our 36 feet high climbing wall. It's pretty cool. We do two different types of climbing at our wall. So we have belay climbing and bouldering. If you are not a climber, I'll explain. So this is our bouldering line, this orange line right here, and this is our bouldering wall. So what that means is for this, anybody who wants to free climb, which means you do not have a harness and you can fall, you can climb to that line or on our bouldering wall. Now we do have crash pads that you'll fall into, not just this floor. So if you are interested in free climbing, we do offer that. Anything above this orange line in this area, you do have to be belayed in. We don't do automatic belays. It is all manual from our student staff, which is pretty awesome. They also set these routes. They have some pretty cool names. The next time you come by, definitely check out the names. Try some of our harder routes. Now, this is a little old picture, but I want to highlight our newest route that is permanent. This is what we call our golden route. So it is made up of all gold holds and 7 are green, which represent the Blazer Way. So if you're not a climber, you have to climb this route before you graduate. It is the easiest route. I promise everyone can climb it. You do not have to be an expert in any way, shape, or form, but it is a pretty cool tradition to do before you graduate. And again, it's just get you into the rock wall without it being super intimidating. So have to climb it before you graduate, okay? Or if you just come visit the gym with your students, whatever it may be, you got to climb the golden route, okay? Promise. So the heart of the rec center is our swimming pool. So this is what we call our aquatic center because it is more than just our swimming pool. We do have 4 swimming lap lanes on the right, as you can see over here. We have our vortex, which is pretty awesome. This is our leisure river, so super fun with the jets. We do have a basketball goal in here, and it does get pretty competitive when it gets to in the evening time. We get a lot of people that want to play basketball in here, which is super fun. These are just normal swim areas. We do host swim lessons in these areas as well, these little pockets right here. And then this is what we call our spa, so our hot tub. It does hold even 30 other people. So if you want to bring your friends and just hang out in the hot tub after a hard day of classes, come do so. Our women's locker room is over in this corner. Our men's is off the picture in this corner. And then we do have a gender neutral one down this hallway and a family restroom as well. So a place for everyone in the aquatics area. Outside, I don't have a picture, but you saw it in the video a little bit. We do have a patio out here. So anytime the pool's open, our patio is open. Right now, it's really nice to go sit out there, and I'll take my computer out there and work for a little bit while just to kind of work outside. It's really nice to do so. So great place to do some homework, just have a good tan. You're welcome to bring a little speaker out there if you want to, as long as you're not disturbing anyone, but it's a really nice area. This is one of our 4 studios. I like to show it because 3 of our studios are available for open use. So we do have fitness classes in these as well as some rentals. But if there's no one currently using that space, you are welcome to use it yourself. I know a lot of people like to come in here and do their cool down stretches, or some people like to go in there and practice some dances. I've seen TikToks being filmed in here. They're a great space for anyone and everyone. So even if you and your friend just want to come and like practice some yoga, whatever it may be, these are open for you. One studio is always closed to the public. We use that for a personal training area, as well as there's a lot of equipment that we leave out in there, so we can't let that one be open. But our other 3 studios are open and available if you'd like. This is our 1/8 mile track on that inner lane. So it does give you a great view of the facility as well as different places on campus. So you can see the Hill Student Center across the street. We also have a great view of the green. Our track does change direction every single day. It wears down the floor correctly. It also helps your joints if you run in different directions each day, which is super cool. So it's something we implemented is doing our permanent daily change. So just pay attention whenever you get onto the track, what day it is, so you know which direction to go in. This is also on the third floor, so all of our studios and our climbing wall are on that third floor with those pin-loaded equipment and that big Synergy jungle gym. So, just to kind of get you back to where you are. Our climbing wall is on our 2M, which is what we call our mezzanine level. So in between our main floor and our third floor. So, I want to go into our programming. Hopefully, you learned where everything is a little bit and kind of know what you're going to head to. But I do want to talk about some programming that we can kind of get into the nitty-gritty about. So, fitness and wellness, obviously, are our main focus when it comes to rec. So, we do have our group fitness free classes. These are included in your student membership or in any membership with us at the rec. So these are going to be like we call them our lower level classes, which just means our instructors are only having to get base certification for these. So it's going to be like our dance fitness classes, our 30-minute cycle classes, and some of our fun classes that our instructors created themselves. So lower level yoga, different things like that. So they are still really awesome, and I love all of our group fitness free classes. And who doesn't love free, you know? So the next step up is our Group Fitness Plus classes. Now, these are only $3 a class for students, $5 for members, so still really, really inexpensive. We mainly do that so we can help offset the cost of our instructors because they did have to get an extra certification to teach these classes. So these are going to be like our HIIT-based classes. So more high intensity interval training is what HIIT is. We also have our higher level yogas, our modified Pilates class, our 60-minute cycles. So some of those that take a little bit more time and effort in the planning process of our instructors, and also that certification. So definitely check out Group Fitness Plus. We normally do a preview week at the beginning of each semester, so you can try these classes out for free before you decide to purchase them. But if you are enjoying them and $3 is not too bad. We also do packages, so if you're going a lot, definitely recommend checking out the packages because it could save you a little bit. Moving on to personal training, we do have three different types. So we have one-on-one, which is super cool. If you're interested in working on yourself, it's the easiest and fastest way to get to do that. Semi-private obviously is a little bit different. So it's going to be you and about four other people to one trainer, which is still a really great opportunity to work on yourself and improving yourself as well. Now, lastly, is our gym foundations, which is something our fitness girly has created, and it's a really awesome program. So, what it is if you're semi new to the gym, we will walk you through all of the equipment, show you how to utilize it, show you the proper form on the equipment, off the equipment. And then we have phase two, where essentially we work on helping you be able to create your own workouts. So, learning what is best for your body, learning what reps are good for you, what weight is good for you, and kind of helping you be able to create your own workout plan without having to reference anything else. Just giving you that knowledge that you need, which again, definitely is a really great option. It's also the most cost-effective option when it comes to our personal training. We also have massage therapy, which for students, it's a really, really great price. So, compared to anything in the area, it's really awesome. And we do that pretty much as at cost as we can get. It's just a great service, but also a great gift for any parents. So, hint, hint. We also have some fun fitness events that we throw. So this is going to be, we just had one called Fitness Bingo where you can go to as many fitness classes and try to get a bingo. We've done spring fling, so everything was kind of like beachy themed and like all the songs were. We were encouraging people to dress up in their Hawaiian attire. We've done like Halloween Zumba in the past where we do dress up in some costumes and we'll do a fun little Zumba type class, which is super fun. So definitely keep an eye out for our fitness events. We will post them on Engage as well as our Instagram. Like I said, following us is very important. So competitive sports, our intramurals for the fall and spring are currently to be announced. So again, keep an eye out for those. We will be posting on Instagram when they go live, but they're also on our website whenever we do so. That is how you'll register for those. If you're unfamiliar with intramurals, that's when you play with your fellow Blazers against other fellow Blazers. So all within the school. We do have different leagues. So we do have co-rec, men's, women's, and normally a fraternity league. And for these, you could be playing your fellow students, you could be playing professors, you could be playing advisors, staffs, which is super fun and always gets people riled up, and it's always a really good time. So normally in the fall, we'll do a pickleball, volleyball, flag football, soccer, basketball, badminton type mix. I think we're probably going to also do some tennis this year, which is super fun. So those are $10 per player. So essentially enough. Not too bad to play and hang out. Club sports. This is a little bit more intense. I normally kind of tell you that this is more so like a high school sport. So you do have tryouts when it comes to these. You will be doing practices weekly or bi-weekly depending on the club, maybe even more. And normally you do travel and play other schools as well, which is super fun and a really great way to get active and like get into that. And so all of our club sports are technically student organizations, just like any normal like organizations on campus, which is super fun. But I do say that as we are their advisors. So we are overseeing their budgets and like their presidents and different things, but we don't directly oversee these clubs. So all of their tryouts, all of that kind of stuff is done by them. So if you are interested in any of these club sports, I always recommend finding them on Instagram. That's where they'll probably post their tryout schedule first, but all of them have to go through Engage as well. So either way is a great way to keep up with them. If there's not a sport on here that you're like, hey, I would love to have that as a sport. Someone was asking about our golf. We used to have a golf club, and I do think that's a great opportunity. So if you are interested, that's when you would come to us, and we're happy to help you look at that process and get you started. So adventure recreation, I want to touch on this just a little bit. So we also obviously have our climbing wall, and normally we will do some programming. It might be a little bit less this year than in past, but we probably will still have some clinics and some competitions out there. So just keep an eye out for those. But I do want to mention, since it was in that video, we do have a rental center in our trip series. They are currently paused at the moment. Our focus is going to be adding these back. But right now we don't have any information on when and where that will be. Hopefully we will get some trips in the fall, but don't want to say anything until we get those approved and everything. So just keep an eye out for those. We do have some other programming I always like to touch on, just even though it may not be in our students' realm. For every student here, it is good to know that we have. So we do offer these mainly because we ourselves offer these for our student staff. So our aquatics, we have a learn to swim program. So if you yourself need to learn how to swim or any kiddos in your life, we offer this program. My husband is signed up, so I promise it's never too late to learn how to swim. It's an essential life skill. So definitely get signed up. If you don't, we do use Red Cross for all of our curriculum. For our certifications, again, we use these mainly for our student staff, but we open them up to the public as well. So Personal training, we do this through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. So, our instructor is currently on site. She is one of our professional staff, so she leads that. We do also have group fitness through AFAA. We have a great discount with them that we use. So, if you've always been interested, normally we offer that discount if you're interested in doing any group fitness for us. So, something to keep in mind. We also have some lifeguarding classes and CPR and first aid. All of our staff have to be CPR and first aid certified, so we offer this pretty much monthly at the very least. So if you need it for class or whatever it may be, we do use ours through the Red Cross. Lastly, we do have camps. So right now we're doing summer camps, which is super fun. We have a bunch of kiddos running around and climbing and swimming all day long. We offer this service mainly for university employees, which is super fun. So they can drop off their kiddos, go to work, and then come pick them up once they're done. So I always like to say that it's a pretty awesome service. And again, hopefully we're sending their kids home super tired and they get to just drop them off for their naps when they get home. We do also have some day camps that we do over winter break as well for the same reason, and maybe some weekends where we have some virtual days and our schools are surrounding us. So just a really different program. But I mentioned that mainly because we are one of the largest student employers on campus. So we do hire for pretty much every single program that I talked about today. And because of that, we do have a large staff and we have people that are constantly graduating, hitting the last semester of their schooling, so needing to take a break when it comes to work. So our application process is pretty much open year wide, depending on what's going on. But we do have all these different positions that we're hiring for. So operations attendants, which is our front desk, membership, which is also more customer service based, lifeguards, our officials for intramural games. We do have the fitness side, so our personal trainers, instructors. And then on my side with marketing, I do have photographer, videographer, marketing interns, so our social media presence. And then we have climbing wall attendants as well as we have camp counselors currently, which is really fun. So as a student worker with us, we're very flexible with your schedule. Essentially, you give us our availability and we will only schedule you when you're available. If you need to be off for winter break and go home, we totally understand you do so. So it's a really great on-campus job. This is how I got started in this field. I started out as an operations attendant, slowly worked my way to supervisor, which was a fun position, and then moved to the marketing side, which is how I ended up on here. But it's a really great on-campus job, like I said. And then we offer a lot of different fun things for our students in our facility. So even if you aren't taking classes over the summer, you do get a membership with us during that off break. You get some monthly guest passes. You get some percentages off of some of our programming. Pretty much everything at cost at the least. So essentially, you're just paying for the whatever it is to pay the instructor or whatever it may be. So really great opportunity to kind of earn those different types. But we also focus a lot on student development over here at the REC and work well with our other on-campus partners to make sure that you're getting a lot of more development for after you graduate. We're not just here to have you talk to our members. We're here to make sure that you graduate with enough knowledge that you need to. So I believe that is all that I have. Carmen, so are there any questions on that side of things yet?
Well, thank you, Allison. This is a wealth of information, and I know personally that the facility is amazing. I mean, there's everything for you to do. The classes, the group classes are awesome, and then just the all the equipment is readily available. You rarely have to wait to use it, and it's all well maintained. So that's an exciting option that students have. They don't have to leave campus to go work out. They can come with their friends. I don't see any questions, but I know that one question that came up during one of our orientation sessions was the use of the facility by family members when they come to visit. Can you speak a little bit more about how they can use it if it's with their student? They
Yeah,
must be
of
perfect.
course. So, normally there's two options that I like to talk on. If you are in the area, like living with your student, and they're close to where you are at the rec center, we do have household memberships. I always like to bring this up because a lot of people don't know that we offer it. So, this can be for family that are in the area or just your roommates if they don't come to, or if they don't, if they're not students at UAB. Our household membership is $32 a month. So if you're going to be coming on campus a lot, I always recommend doing that. But if you are further away and just coming in for a visit, it's $10 a day per person. And you just have to come in with your student. So I always say that if like you're coming in with for a family visit, the pool's a really great option to bring any little ones that you might have, or just come and, like I said, climb, let off some steam. That's a really fun way for people to connect with their students. We get a lot of families that like to come and climb because it's just kind of a fun way to, a fun activity, I guess they can do for a little bit inexpensive while they're on, like in the Birmingham area. So,
And I want to use that segue to do a little pitch for a family weekend. Last
yes.
year we had an amazing combination with the rec center and rec extravaganza, which even included a little rubber ducky race. I have to clarify it wasn't real duckies because somebody looked at me, but it's an awesome opportunity for families to come together in another atmosphere and just enjoy fun activities. There was a cart race. There was all kinds of things. There's fitness classes that you can join. So save that date for family weekend and you can use the facility, the whole weekend that you're here with your student. So
Yes.
again, if you have any questions, you can submit them through the Q&A section right now, or I'm also looking at comments on Facebook. And I thank all of you who are here either on Zoom or Facebook. Um, I don't see any questions, but is there any last minute thoughts, Allison, that you would like to leave families with, or any recommendations as they begin their transition to UAB?
I just would like to say that the rec center is here for whatever activity you have going on. Like we are such a big facility, and we always love having not just our students in, but our family members in as well. Even if you're just coming through campus and you want to take a tour, you're welcome to stop by the front desk, and we're happy to just show you around. Because I know when I was in college, my dad was like, "I want to see where you go to class, and I want to see where you work out." And so I would just take him to those places, and he always absolutely loved seeing everything that was going on. So that's my recommendation is definitely come by and just at least see us. We're happy to talk to you and hang out with you, and it's really cool to be able to see all these students working as well. I know like this is one of my students on here on the screen right now. She actually just got a really big internship in Atlanta. So it's really nice to like see these students and then like follow them on LinkedIn, see what they're up to later on. Because that's the whole point of what we are as the rec. To have a great job atmosphere, have a great place for you to work out, but also make sure we're cultivating you for what's next after UAB.
And that's funny that you mentioned because there are job opportunities with the rec center, but that also leads into future career
Mhm.
development and career exploration, if anything. And so there's training provided. Everybody's certified, like you said, CPR. So that's a wonderful. I know I started my career working at one of the student center rec centers where I went to school.
Yeah.
And so it just opened a whole other atmosphere of opportunity. So again, I'm not seeing any questions, but if you have follow-up questions or if there's anything you need, you can always email us here at families@uab.edu. Reach out to the Recreation Center. And if you're ever on campus, just go in there and visit the whole facility and see how amazing it is. So thank you, Allison, for joining us today, and thank you, everybody, for joining us on Facebook. Remember, this webinar will stay live for your viewing on Facebook, so if anybody in your family or friends could not view it, you can share it with them. It'll be there. And then in in about a week, we'll put it on our website, uab.edu/families. And remember, we have webinars ongoing the rest of the summer. So next week, I'm going to make another pitch here, July 26th. We will have one it's called First Year Experience. So everything your student needs to know as they transition, and you as family members as well, about that first year experience and how to support student success. So thank you, Allison, again, and have a great rest of your afternoon, everybody. See you
Of course.
soon.
Thank y'all.